Hello everybody and welcome to episode 17 Crack Peg. I'm your host, Andrew6657. Alright guys, this week we're going to be talking about 5 action figure lines that never existed. Now these figures did exist in the fact that they were sculpted and set into production, but they actually never made it to the store shelves. Alright guys, we're going to start with number 5. It'll be the Man from Atlantis action figure. Now this is actually a 70s show that starred Patrick Duffy as some weird alien guy or something or other who swam like a dolphin and some other weird stuff. And anyways, here's a prototype photo of the action figure. Yeah, that was actually Steve Austin's head with some yellow trunks. That was supposedly to be the prototype of the Man from Atlantis. Now, after the show actually aired and it was so horrible, everything got pulled. Like they had coloring books of this thing and more toys. There's another guy that they had sculpted, but all this stuff was just, it was pretty much useless because the show was just so bad, and kids were actually trying to swim like this guy who swam like a dolphin, and they were actually drowning. So consequently the show didn't last too much longer after that. Guys, number 4 is going to be The Last Starfighter. Now actually they did make the whole line, all the characters from the movie are actually in the set that they had lined up to produce. Not really sure why they didn't get out there. Maybe it was a lack of movie sales, but if you haven't seen the movie The Last Starfighter, it's basically this guy who plays a video game so long, he's really good at it, and they finally these people come and take him away and say, well, hey, you do really great in this video game, why don't you try it in real life? And awesome adventures ensues. So I mean, that's pretty much the moral of the story, is that if you play enough video games, life will be awesome and you'll have awesome adventures, which is not true, because I played a lot of Fallout 3, and let me tell you, I have never bought one thing in real life with bottle caps, and I have tried. That was number 4, The Last Starfighter. Number 3 on the list, Let's Get Dangerous. That's right, Darkwing Duck. Actually, Series 2 of the figures that was thrown out like yesterday's garbage because of they were produced by Playmates, who's notorious for making bad sculpts and actually not painting their figures and accessories all the way like they really should have been doing. So there's a lot of bad workmanship that went into these figures, but they did have the prototypes for all these figures that came out. And that's probably the closest we ever got to having a Gizmo Duck action figure. And if you remember Gizmo Duck from the DuckTales cartoon, you know it was probably one of the best characters they had. And when he transferred over to Darkwing Duck, it was still cool because he basically went through 2 universes. And needless to say, it's probably one of the figures I'd probably pay pretty good money to have a Gizmo Duck, or maybe I just make one of my own. But either way, number 3, Darkwing Duck. Alright guys, number 2 on this list of action figures that never were was Superpowers Wave 4 action figures. Now this action figure line actually had a gold Superman, they had a Bizarro Superman, and the Black Vulcan. Actually, I think Jon Stewart's first action figure was supposed to come out in this line too. However, due to legal battles and infringements, lawsuits and copyright things and such on, the series never really was able to get off the ground. And sadly to say, these were some actually really cool action figures. I would like to have a couple of them, but needless to say, they do not exist. Alright guys, number 1 unreleased action figures, and it's a couple of different ones from the WWE world, wrestling toys. It's going to be Jack's vinyl toys. Now, not Vinyl Aggression, the little guys with the balloon heads. Those were just horrible. But they actually had another set of vinyl figures that were more like caricatures of the wrestlers that were just, you know, the one-piece solid figure but they were more like a caricature cross between LJN figures and Hasbro WWF figures. So we only have this one picture of what they were supposed to be like, but I mean, it's a really cool concept. I think the Rumblers from Mattel show a little bit of that cartooniness in them, even though they're only that small. But I mean, you know I love the Rumblers. But either way, also in the WWF unreleased pile is going to be Jeff Hardy, Mattel Elite version. And I think probably everybody knows the story behind that is that Jeff Hardy had already been in TNA and left the WWE for quite a while, so he wasn't there, and they probably really couldn't use his likeness on their figures while he was in TNA. So, and you probably don't know about this, but there was actually a WWE Happy Meal in the works for quite some time, and it was actually a figure puppet that you could put on your hand, and you could play with your friends and have little wars with. They only had a couple of guys made for that little promotion, but I don't think they ever got handed out, so they belong on this list too. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that list. There's some other honorable mention things. I think America's Greatest Hero and the Kenner Alien was pretty cool. Never got released. Dark Crystal, if you remember the movie by Jim Henson, you probably don't, but they had some great figures in there too. But never of them ever saw the light of day. Alright guys, it was a pretty slow weekend. Me and my wife really didn't do much. We stayed in Friday night and chilled out and watched movies. And actually Saturday night, me and my wife and our friends, who won't let me use their names on this show, we all went to the Rampage Hockey game. And if you don't know who the Rampage are, they're a AHL hockey team here in San Antonio, Texas. And I'd never been to a hockey game before, so it was my first time going, which I really didn't want to go, but once I got there, it seemed pretty cool. Once we got there, our seats were way at the top of the stadium, and I wasn't quite sure if I could handle my fear of heights once we got there. So I'm going up the steps that we finally get up to the top row, and I turn around and look down, and I got a little bit scared, and I was just feeling a little uneasy, but it was okay because we went down and we talked to customer service, and they got me some seats right behind the goalie. So that was pretty fun time. I mean, my first time watching a hockey game, to be that close to the action was really cool, and it was really great and nice of the people there at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, to hook me up with great seats like that once I knew I wasn't having a good time sitting at the very top of the stadium. So thanks to all those guys for that. But a lot of cool things. There was blood on the ice seconds after we got in there. There was a lot of fun things going on. There was always something going on in the game. They could do it. So it was well worth the time hanging out there. And we did get to meet T-Bone, who is the Rampage mascot. It's a really cool little mascot he got. He's actually some kind of bull character. But alright guys, that's it for the show. Don't forget to like me on Facebook. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm now on Formspring at and as Andro6657 on there too, so you can feel free to ask me any questions through Formspring if you would like, and I'll answer those immediately because I have that on myself, and I can answer those immediately back to you guys. And don't forget, I do have 3 Rumblers on eBay. I got Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho with the silver shirt, is actually debut costume, and I also have the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. All those are on eBay. Go ahead and click over there and purchase those for your friends or for yourself. And don't forget to holler at your boy. Customize all your toys. Laters.